just a cult. This is a cabal. This is an assemblage. This is hurly-burly. This is disquiet. This is poetry. This is fiction. This is reality. This is bedlam. Good morning. Yes, I have an 11 a.m. with Dr. Kurtz. Yes. Actually, I'm pretty sure I filled this out last time. I don't know. Maybe a year ago. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I don't think this pen is working. Right. Yes. No, it's been a while. What can I say? Don't take this personally, but I don't really like coming here. And it's not even this space. It's not you. I don't like offices. I don't like working in offices. I don't like visiting offices. Honestly, I can't think of anything. I mean, anything. I guess I just don't understand the concept. There has to be a better setup. Anyway, as I was saying, it was like this with Dr. Dietrich, Dr. Geiger, Dr. Anub, Dr. Karen Tonka. It was like this with all of their offices. Just about all of them were fine people, maybe even good at their jobs. But I didn't usually have the conversational, chemical, whatever connection needed for this type of work. Even with the ones where I had that, even when we were all speaking the same language and in the same moment, I never liked their offices. I mean, I didn't want to stay there. It wasn't some place where I wanted to be in the first place. And the fact that it was an office with, the look, feel, smell, and aura of an office really didn't ease the discomfort. Fluorescent lights, that weird buzzing sound, stained drop ceiling tiles. Maybe that's the point. But has anyone tried an outdoor approach? I mean, can't we do this while on a little hike for 50 minutes? I'm telling you, personally, I would feel much more comfortable. I think I would feel less guarded. In offices, I feel like we need to be restrained. I feel leery. I feel overcautious. You go to offices to sign documents and to have things notarized or find out what the hell is wrong with you.
With the camera, abracadabra. camera. I snap a picture that entered your dreams. You rolled it up, tied it in knots. Nobody said this life would be free. With a camera, abracadabra, I snapped a picture that entered your dreams. You rolled it up, tied it in knots. I'm in one for the throw, I'm one for the punches. I lace them up and walk in between the phones and the letters, 'cause life suits me better with the chalk outline of just you and me. What could be better? A life on the highway, just you and me. Just you and me. I lace them up and walk just you and me. The phones and the letters, 'cause life suits me better with chalk outline of just you and me. Just a camera, abracadabra, I snap a picture that entered your dreams. It's all rolling up, got it enough. Nobody said this life would be free. Everything's coming to the surface crash. We're always just going let our brakes will snatch. We're let's see forward with our feet on the gas. Let's see forward with our feet on the gas. It's all
So, what tends to happen is I hit a wall. I get desperate. And I return for an adjustment or whatever. Once I have things back on track, more or less, I tend to move on to something else, something I would rather be doing. These sessions, they can work. They have worked. I know that. I like you. I think we have some rapport. But all of this requires a bit more planning and commitment than my lifestyle is built for. It's the same reason I don't golf. To golf halfway decent, you need equipment, and the right equipment at that. That's expensive and time-consuming, and requires research, trial and error, modifications, conversations with other golfers. It's a bit much for my taste. Then, you have to practice. That means hauling your equipment to some location that allows you to smack missiles around with iron clubs. That means you need a vehicle to transport missiles and iron clubs. All of that is money and time. Then, what? You have to call ahead for a tee time. Planning. Have you ever noticed how planning really sucks the spontaneity out of everything? Oh, and all of that is more money. And what are you going to do? Golf alone? You need a golf buddy. Jesus. Really? You have to coordinate your life with someone else's priorities and expectations. I mean, aren't we doing plenty of that the way it is? I can't. I can't. I just can't. No. No y no. Nunca. Now, to be fair, yes, the comparison isn't actually fitting. I would rank these sessions as of a higher importance than golf, certainly, but they are about equal in pain levels. They are both really expensive. They both require years of dedication for any meaningful results. They are both artless. So, how have you been?
Satellites, your need for speed has served you right. Your nickel-plated hoping star, your candy-coated 2-inch scar might disagree with ways and means, might charm the snakes that hold your knees. Now you see it, now you don't. You bought a truck to tote your rope. Why disagree? Why do the math? This opportunity is living past. I see what you see. I see the ways and means, what stay between, what stay between. I see what you see. I see the ways and means, what stay between, what stay between. Staring down the barrel of another holy man. Staring down the barrel of another holy man.
It's a hobo life from Hobo Sam. He's making quite a living on the hobo plan. Says if I die before I wake, I'm afraid the Lord my soul today.
I see what you see. I see the ways and means, what stay between, what stay between. I see what you see. I see the ways and means, what stay between, what stay between. I'm gonna piss swinger. You know all these evil times I've read about death bugs, rumors, and keep on going. I check the time. I see what you see. I see the ways and means, what stay between, what stay between. I see what you see. I see the ways and means, what stay between, what stay between.
Guess what? I shanked one off the fairway. Yep. Where the fuck did that go? Oh, here it is, in a sand trap. So what club do I use now? A wedge. A wedge, you say? What? What the hell's a wedge? Yeah. I'm not even sure what to say. Haven't we been through this before? It's pretty much the same story. Probably the same story that you hear from everyone else. I know that I'm not alone in this. I understand that. You know, the strangest part is that as I sit here, I feel like nothing is wrong with me. I mean, yes. There is a lack of direction that can feel sort of hopeless. But honestly, I'm not a big fan of hope in the first place. It's just fear wrapped up in a bow to make it more socially acceptable. And maybe that anxiety is just a neurotic interpretation of groundlessness. Maybe that is just the price of self-determination. So, there really isn't anything exactly wrong with me. Everybody's got their cross to bear, except for me and my monkey. Everybody's got a way of dealing with that. Some, I don't know, maybe most, gravitate to the norm, the middle, conformity. It's just safer there. But if you're not built for that, and I'm not built for that, if you don't have those skill sets, well, safety, security, that's going to kill you. Believe me, I've checked it out. So, yes, logically, I understand. I think I understand that basically I have the life that I've always wanted. The issue is that this life is sometimes, even though it is essentially what I've designed for myself, this life is doomed, dreadful, disastrous. You know what I was thinking about the other day? An app. An app for your phone. Have you ever had a close call? I mean, not a phone call. A near-death experience. You go to cross the street. Maybe there's a van parked at the corner. It's blocking your vision, so you walk up to the taillight of the van, and you're going to poke your head around to see if the coast is clear. You're doing this all the time. This is sort of a common procedure. Maybe you're walking with a friend, or you're on the phone, or you're listening to some music or a podcast or whatever. Maybe you are not as attentive as you should be, and you get the brush back by a motorcycle or a delivery truck. Sometimes you even register that moment, that fact, that experience. Sometimes you think, damn, that was a close call. In the moments after that, you might even appreciate your surroundings a little bit more. You might take a deep breath of air and feel the warmth of the sun on your cheek. You might have an appreciation of your bipedal state, your functioning arms and legs, your ability to process thoughts and ideas, your ability to breathe. It's a good feeling. It brings you back from all the tedious little anxieties and concerns, the inconvenience of your life, the general state of woe, the strife is momentarily lifted. If you allow yourself the opportunity, you can even bask. I mean, how often can we really bask? It's gorgeous.
Girl in the white dress, sitting there in the chair with the blue object of perfection. She'll have to take a completely new direction. They'll take notice of her brilliance. Maybe even keep her from civilians. She wants the world on a puppet string. Or maybe just to have you say anything.
It was a lonely night. The stars were shining bright. She said,
Aloha. She had no next of kin. She disowned them. She said, Aloha. She stopped me in my tracks. She helped me face fast. I said, Aloha.
sitting there in the chair with the blue hair. She wants to be anyone but herself.
If she can't be
your object of perfection, she'll have to take a completely new direction. They'll take notice of her brilliance.
They'll take notice of her brilliance.
From civilians.
Maybe even keep her from
She
civilians.
wants the world on a puppet string.
She wants
or
the
maybe
world
just to
on a
have
puppet
you say
string.
anything.
Or maybe just to have you
The
say
girl in the white dress,
anything.
sitting there in the chair with the blue hair.
You probably know more about this than I do, but I've heard that people who jump off bridges often regret doing so. I mean, those who have survived the fall often report that they remember a state of remorse immediately after jumping. There's an epiphany of sort. All the shit, all of their problems, all their pain is abruptly in a different light or focus or something. You know, just in that moment where they just jumped off the bridge. Everything that was previously unbearable, unattainable, unfixable becomes quite acceptable, open, promising. They report, and who knows? Is this true? Have you heard about this? I mean, what are the percentages? Obviously, we also know that some people have multiple attempts until it actually happens. So maybe some people really want to die. Some don't realize how much they want to live until they almost die. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that's the point, you see. What I'm getting at is, what if there was an app that you had on your phone that actually identifies all of your near-death experiences? Because I think we have more than we actually recognize. You know, like in old cartoons where the guy is walking and is oblivious to the piano that just fell and careened into the sidewalk mere steps after he passed. That was a near-death experience that he didn't even notice. And he didn't have the opportunity to bask in it. He didn't have that moment of realization that life is precious and all of his anxieties are nothing. You know? This app could be pinging all the time. I mean, think about it. Think about being in traffic, in a car, in a taxi. Ever been on a motorcycle? Ever been on a motorcycle at night in a city? Jesus, it's fucking crazy. Think about swimming in the ocean or eating at restaurants. Ping, 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 ping. You just missed some salmonella. Ever used a ladder? Ever had sex? A one-night stand? A kind of drunk one-night stand? A kind of regrettable drunk one-night stand that you move quickly to forget about? Ping, ping, ping. The thing is, I wonder, how would you react if you had such an app? I mean, not you specifically, but us. How would we humans, react? Like I said, I think this thing would be sending us near-death alerts way more than we ever anticipated. Okay, let me ask you a question. Now, I'm talking about you. How do you think you would react? Let's say you were getting a notice once a week or once a day or 5 times a day. Who the fuck knows? Would you get kind of fearful? Would you get a little paranoid? Would you start washing your hands more? I think hand sanitizer stock might go through the roof. I think high-heel shoes might cease to exist. I think motorcycles would become some sort of, oh my God, can you believe we used to actually ride motorcycles type of thing? Maybe helmets wouldn't be for motorcycles anymore, or even bicycles. Maybe they would just be what you wore when having brunch with friends, when walking downstairs to do your laundry. Have you ever had a little dizziness when you stand up? Or maybe just a little chest pain, right? No big deal. It'll pass. And it does. We don't want to be hypochondriacs. We don't want to overreact. But what if the app pinged every once in a while when these types of things happened? Then what? What if you got a message saying, turns out there was a little blockage in a capillary that almost caused an aneurysm or something? Huh? Do you start paying more attention to every little thing? Are we suddenly a planet of neurotics? Look, we're all basically neurotic already, right? That's the key part of your business model. I understand that. But I'm talking about a planet of super neurotics. On the other hand, maybe the app would allow people to just let go of all the baggage. Maybe we would actually start to live the life that we aspire to. You know, the life from all those little sayings we like to post on refrigerator magnets or social media memes. Maybe we really wouldn't sweat the small stuff. Maybe we really would dance as if no one was watching. Maybe we would be joyful. Maybe we would be compassionate. Maybe we would, with future generations, struggle to understand the concept of greed because the written definitions handed down just don't have any context.
Only deep listening and patience and time and ego, death, compassion, wisdom are the tools on this hell train of love bound for the center of the sun. Only deep listening and patience and time and ego, death, compassion, wisdom are the tools on this hell train of love bound for the center of the sun. Only deep listening and patience and time and ego, death, compassion, wisdom are the tools on this hell train of love bound for the center of the sun. Only deep listening and patience and time and ego, death, compassion, wisdom are the tools on this hell train of love bound for the center of the sun.
But you know what? Let me tell you something. When I was a kid, like 6, maybe 5, I don't know, my dad and I were going to travel up to his hometown. It was like a 7-hour drive from our house. He was always a morning person. He liked an early start. I don't know. He woke me up at like 3:30, 4 in the morning. I remember him backing the Oldsmobile out onto the street. It was quiet. Nothing was going on. There was no traffic in the trailer park. There were no lights on in the houses. I thought we were breaking the law or something. Were we even allowed to be driving at this time of night? Seriously, I was thinking this. But then we turned onto the 2-lane highway that ran through our town. And what do you know? Here comes a semi from the other direction. And it passes us and is followed by a pickup truck right after it. Then I noticed headlights coming over the hill behind us. Well, either we are all breaking the law, or things are not what I thought they were. That sense of wonder, that excitement that I had, it lasted all of 7 minutes, maybe, all told. Oh well. Do you see what I'm saying? The app. It would probably be like everything else. There would be wonder and excitement, and then we would just go back to whatever state we were in before the app. It wouldn't have any long-term effects. It would be like, well, let me try this. Have you ever moved to a new town, a new state, a new country? At first, everything is fresh and kind of magical. It's kind of invigorating, revitalizing. It's a new angle on all that you have already experienced for the most part. But it's a different color or a different taste. But sure enough, it all just becomes normal. And all the old dread and apprehension, all the old, that sense of disquiet, it all comes back. It comes back home. Until you find another new angle. You don't. You have been listening to This Isn't Just a Cult, a work of real fiction. This episode was written by Nino December and Björ6n Oranj. Voice, performance, and production by Björ6n Oranj. Featured music in this episode included, in order of appearance,
We Tangle by The Creepy Man. Just You and Me by This Isn't Just a Cult. I See by the Halcyon Brothers. Aloha by Björ6n Oranj. Ego, Death, Compassion, Wisdom by This Isn't Just a Cult. The Difference is Kundun. Kundun is the Difference by Squinting Matador.
You can learn more about these artists and this art collective at thisisn'tjustacult.com or listen more at SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Spotify, Deezer, iTunes, and just about any other place you get your listening pleasures. This isn't just a cult. It's a production of Higgins, Turner Higgins, LLC. Thank you for listening.